'cause I don't like you just based off of your face. I look for what's inside.
Hey, my beauties and my beasts. So today, I'm sick. So if you hear sniffling or anything going on with my mouth, it's because I have a cough drop in my mouth. So I'm not coughing all up in this video. Hopefully. So today I thought I would discuss some lesser known things about the Amish. And I've decided to pick this topic because I find it very interesting to learn new things about the Amish. My family originally was Amish, but have stopped practicing. I don't know what generation stopped practicing. I think it was my great grandparents, but I'm not quite sure about that. So I like to learn as much as I can about the Amish. So yeah, to it. Oh, and if you see me looking down, it's because I have a list of things, notes, and stuff. So the first one is the term Amish is derived from the name of Jack Aman or Jacob Aman, a Swiss Anabaptist in the Mennonite Church. Also, if I said his name wrong, I'm sorry. I don't speak Swedish or Swiss, whatever. I don't speak Swiss. Anyway, his ideas on a literal interpretation of the Bible caused a schism, which is like a split or divide within this Anabaptist Mennonite church, and the followers who stayed within that church became the Mennonites, and the ones who left that church became the Amish. Okay, number 2. Baptism in the Amish faith happens most often between 18 and 22 years old. Until this happens, the person is not permitted to marry, and when they do marry, it must be to another church member. Now, I've heard instances where if somebody wanted to marry an Englisher, they would need to convert, or both of them would need to leave. Both of them would be excommunicated if one of the partners was not Amish, or they could convert the other person, Englisher, to the Amish faith, which then I guess makes it okay. But they both need to be baptized in the faith to be married within the Amish community, I guess. Amish dolls. So the Amish do have dolls, but they do not have faces, which is to deter Amish children against pride and vanity. I've seen them before. My family used to have them around somewhere, and I think we still do in storage or something. They're creepy. They don't have any faces. They're all white. They're just in like an Amish outfit. It's creepy. Okay, the Amish dolls are creepy. And if you don't know what I mean, Google it. It's creepy. They're like even creepier than Chucky. Creepy. The Amish do not play musical instruments because they believe it's a method of self-expression that encourages pride and feelings of superiority. I actually knew this beforehand. I still find it quite strange because some people are totally gifted with an instrument, and I don't see how their God cannot be happy and pleased with this gift that they have been given. In the Amish communities, there's a festive time known as barn raising. It's not what you think, I promise. It's where the community comes together and builds a farm for one of its community members. I don't know why, but sounds cool, I guess. The next one is an Amish woman uses her wedding dress, which often is required to be blue, also for church dress during services as well. I didn't know this and I thought it was very interesting, and I'm kind of happy that, they use it more than just once, like, unlike us Englishers who, when we buy a wedding dress, we only wear it once to our wedding. In the Amish faith, the word of God is placed above governmental rule. So they support, but they support the separation between church and state, which I thought was very interesting considering most denominations of Christianity are the opposite and do not um, do oppose, do not support the separation of church and state. Amish children learn in one-room schoolhouses taught by Amish teachers, and after that learning in the one-room schoolhouses, they are they go to vocational training, often with family or community members. The Amish do not engage in missionary work or evangelism to convert others to their faith. Honestly, they don't need to, because the last fact will just show you how much they don't need to. An Amish child's first language is Pennsylvania Dutch. It's not English. It's Pennsylvania Dutch, a dialect of German. They don't learn English till they go to school, so like later in their life. But when they're a child, they learn Pennsylvania Dutch more because it's what's normally spoken around the house. And yeah. The Amish do not oppose modern medicine and use it in serious cases. They don't have insurance, so the community pools together to pay for the sick and injured community members' medical bills, which I thought was very sweet. You hear a lot of bad things about the Amish, but, I feel like sometimes we don't give them credit where credit is due. They do a lot of great things within their community. And it's just things that we don't generally hear about or see. We usually hear about how restrictive they are in their faith, and I think that, they deserve to be represented accurately and wholly, not only as a restrictive faith, but also a loving and kind and neighborly faith. The Amish are opposed to being photographed. Some outright refuse, but others agree if it's in a natural setting, so not posing, or if their faces are not showing in the picture. Okay, so, and our last fact is that 80 to 90% of Amish children stay within the Amish church. So I think that's a big percentage, and I think that it's great that a lot of Amish are keeping with tradition and their faith, and keeping their heritage within themselves, and yeah. I don't really know how to explain it. Like, even after Rumspringa, they return. Rumspringa translates to running around, and it's basically when Amish teenagers, I think about at the age of 16 to like 18 or 19, are allowed to go out and experience the English world, so world outside of their community, and do things that they would normally do, like learn how to drive a car or use a phone, have a phone, and use social media and things like that. They also, some of the wilder Amish teenagers experiment with drugs or alcohol and sex and things like that. But yeah, that's all I have for today. To the moon and back, loves.